Um, this is, I am recording these calls. We'll talk about like requirements and sort of level and stuff on this in a little bit, and about the recording, but I am going to go ahead and record them. And again, I started it a little bit late, but those that have to listen later are going to have to catch up. I'm going to tell you that, we just sort of met and introduced the directors and stuff. Directors and I are really excited to have you guys on here. We're starting a new year. I think you've probably already seen and heard that we have seen the new products and have them in our hot little hands for the new March, spring, summer season. And I can absolutely say, I don't know if my excitement has come across. I can tell you that in 16 years, I have not been as blown away with the new products as I've been this time. I mean, every one of them I picked up and was like, oh my, I could see who was going to buy this, that we were going to sell tons of them. And so you guys are starting this Business Builders program at a really exciting time because, we've got Rock Crocs on special next month, and then we go right into the new season. And this is going to be an incredible year, and you guys are jumping right on at the perfect time to do that. What I want to do is this call mostly is going to be, I want to share with you guys and really go through what it means to have a, to talk about what we're talking about with business building, what it really means with Pampered Chef if you're going to start building your business. And one of the things that we talk about is we do talk about director. You're going to hear of the word director because here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't want the word director to make anybody nervous, but if you are in a regular job, usually if you do a really good job and what you're working towards a promotion, right? I mean, that's what you do in the real world. That you work towards a promotion and that's what we're doing here. I mean, that's really your next level from a consultant, your next big level. We're going to talk about what happens in between. Your next big level is director, and we're going to talk about what that means, why you want to be there, what kind of benefits come from that, and then we're also going to talk about how, as your directors, we're going to support you in that as well. So we're going to go sort of through that whole gamut and really talk about what we're going to be working towards, and then we're going to talk about what's going to be happening in the next few weeks as well. So, one of the things that I want to share with you too is that you guys specifically were asked as well to be in this program for a reason. One of them being that not only does your interest that you've said maybe to your director that, yeah, I sort of want more, but a lot of it is that your director has been able to look and see that you have what it takes as well. Anybody can be a director. But it's really going to take, when we talk about being successful consultants and being able to build your business, that it takes just this, that sort of that excitement about putting some more into your business and maybe working a little bit more, taking your business seriously and not just a hobby. That's part of that too. So there's some really special characters that pull you out and aside. That really make it that makes it different and makes you guys special to be a part of that. So I want to let you know that it's, some of you, it was sort of pulled from your group here and there, and maybe it was put out that anybody could sort of be in this. We want, happy at your house, Marcy. Marcy, what's happening there? What are you doing? There's like a random person there. Are you eating? Sorry. This is why we love Zoom. So we so I wanted you guys to know that that's what's really special about it. So one of the pages on here, and I don't know, again, if you don't have it, it's going to be page 1 of your workshop, but your work, and you can pull yourself off of mute for this. I want you to sort of say why, if you'd like to share. I'd love to hear from some consultants. If we're talking about more, what I'm thinking that you guys are on here because you want to build your business and you want a little bit more for your business. So I'd love to hear from some of you if you'd like to share. What is the more? What is it more of that you want from your business? Would anybody like to share?
More money, more time, more life, more.
Good, Marcy. Anybody ditto
Help more
that?
people get off their, yeah, help more people be able to pay off stuff with a fun job.
Mm-hmm. Good, Tam.
Come on, ladies. Come show.
I thought someone.
Were you saying something, Deanna?
Yeah, at this point for me, I would just like to get more bookings and be able to be busier to see more people and tell more people about it. I have.
What would that give you if that happened? What would that give you more of in your life?
That would give me more money.
Okay.
And satisfaction.
Mm.
What would the more money do for you?
This is my fun money.
More fun for Deanna.
Yeah.
What do you use it for? Fun money. What is it?
My fun money is to go towards traveling. That's what I like to do.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember having that conversation with you.
Yeah. My big trip that's coming up is all paid for. So this would be my spending money for that trip, perhaps.
And Deanna, remember you and I talked about that other girl on our team, and that's Marcy Page right here on the call. That was Marcy Page, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The same conversation we're having, that was what I had with Marcy before she went on her trip, before she was a director.
Yep.
So that's great.
Good.
All right, who else has something? Jennifer Bolduc, did you have something you were going to say? Or am I just calling you out?
No, I was going to just say everything that they already said, except for mine really needs to go towards a trip I'm taking in March, maybe March or April, but then the rest has to go to bills.
Mm.
You know.
Are you guys relying on this income right now?
I wouldn't say relying, but it's extra.
Extra.
I mean, it will go towards bills, but we don't put it in the budget right now because we can't count on it. So we just, it is definitely needed though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fortunate that I don't have to rely on this as part of my bill paying income.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And you know what? And that's what's fun is that it's, some people do. I mean, it started my relying on, but it started my fun money, and it ended up being my rely on money. I know that there's people that, what other kind of stuff can this maybe mean for you other than the money, building your business? What else can this give you other than that?
I'll jump in.
Okay.
That last year, Anna, I signed on as just something fun to do, and I had my full-time job at the time and was doing my photography as well. And then I jumped in and got done my full-time job, focused on my photography. So this is kind of just like the supplement and is my fun money that we use to take trips so I can focus completely on my business, my photography business. Yeah. So it's super fun.
Good. Awesome. Thanks, Ashley.
I'm ready to answer.
Okay, Elaine, go.
Oh, sorry. So the question was, what do we want more of?
Yes.
I want to have more bookings because I'm a happier person when I'm working a show.
Oh, interesting.
I was really thinking about what other people were saying. And of course, the money is nice. And my husband gets more excited about the money that's coming in. Mm-hmm. But when I'm working a show and I'm online and I'm communicating with people and I'm helping them and I'm dreaming with them and especially when the show closes and I can tell this host how much she's saved, what I like to do at the end of every show is not only tell her what she's getting, but then I like to figure out how much her order would cost if she had just gone online through my site and ordered it all at retail. Mm-hmm. And when you show them that you just saved them $345, And they're like, wow, they want to start telling other people to
Yeah.
do shows. And I'm a happier person when I'm doing that. And these last couple weeks, I haven't had any shows. And I've been very, very busy painting rooms in the house. It's crazy when you move into a new house, trying to make it your own. There's always something to do, something to fix, something to build, something to put together. So I've been consumed with that, and I haven't even been really looking for more shows. So I came into tonight's call going, well, I'll go on the call. But as soon as you asked that question, I gave it some thought. I want more shows. I want to be a happier person, and I'm happiest when I'm working those shows.
Well, I
And
love that.
they're all virtual.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
but
I think you and I talked about this a little bit, and I think that it's going to be part of the 6 weeks and I think a lot of us really would welcome some sort of consistency. Instead of having these really big times where we've got really big months and then go in a month or two without any bookings and then going to really be able to have a consistency, because and that's the thing, you and I've talked about this, that life happens to every single one of us, but it's a matter of keeping your business going. And that's the beauty that we can. We don't have to work, we don't have to live around our work with this business. We can work around our life, but we still have to work.
But we still have to work. Yes,
we still.
And I honestly have not been for.
Yeah. Well, good. We're going to kick you in the butt now. You're going to go. Anna, you raised your hand. Do you have something else you need to say?
Yeah, part of this is, for me, with the changes in my job and having all my weekends off, this isn't just a new business for me, but it's becoming my social life too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm meeting new people and making new friends, and that has been the extra bonus, unexpected bonus for me.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. The girls that are on mute that we can't see, Marianne or Ginger or Bree, do you have anything to say, to share? Mute. Nope. Okay. Oh, hi, Bree.
Hi. Yeah, I echo everything. I am a stay-at-home mom, so the extra income is definitely supplemental for my husband's income. And like Dina just said, it gets me out of the house since I'm stay-at-home with 3 small boys and I homeschool them. So it gives me a chance to have some girl time and some adult grown-up conversations. So all of that is good too, to have more of. And then as Eileen was saying too, just getting more bookings. I mean, I've only been a consultant now for coming up on 2 months. So I've done some shows, but obviously with more practice, having more shows, I know that it will just continue to grow. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how it grows in the following months.
Great. Good. Thank you, Bree. I just want to welcome Sarah home from the ER. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
sprained ankle.
Oh, honey. Well, welcome, Sarah. Welcome. Ginger, did you have something you wanted to share?
Sure. For me, the decision to do this was a real emotional one. Sorry.
We can't see you cry.
Nope, that's good. So I've been disabled for 13 years, and living off a disability income is not easy. So this was, it was a huge decision. I think it's been a positive one for me. So the interaction with people, I'm very good with people. Just did my first home show, which went phenomenal. I do prefer the virtual. I've done 19 of those, and I prefer those. So, and I just signed up on Halloween. So I think so far it's going pretty good. February, I've only got 2 bookings, so we've got to get that stocked up. But for me, it helps on the emotional side. It helps with the finances, definitely. I would like to figure out a way to get it so that it's more stable. So, because eventually the disability income will disappear. And this will be my income. So I need to make sure that I can do what I can to build that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, anybody else want to share before we move on? Because I think we got a really good, I think a good array of answers. That's what I love, is to hear from a lot of people, to hear a whole bunch of a little, different reasons, different parts of people's lives that this really can make a difference in. So here's what I want to do. I want to talk about directorship, okay? And we're going to break it down. I will go in and talk about the levels and stuff. When we talk about this benefits of director, I want to just go over, and this again is on page 1 of that workbook, that participant workbook, which again, I would really love. It's going to be, this is what we're going to work from during this whole program. So again, I put that link on there. This is what it looks like. So if you have it, but on page 1, it talks about, and let's talk about what happens. You guys have all been consultants now, so you know what you get for being a consultant. You know your commissions, you know you can earn free products and stuff like that. When you start helping others succeed, you will actually, every time you help one more person get started, you're building a stronger team. And what happens is once you become a director, not only do you get your commission, but you actually get an override commission as well. So when you become a director, you not only make, let's say you do $2,500 in sales in a month, or let's do $1,250. Let's say you do $1,250 in sales in a month. You are at 23% commission, right? As a consultant right now, if you did that, you're at 23% commission. As a director, you will also get an additional 3% of your own sales. So that means just for being a director and going out of your house, you're making an extra 3% of your own sales. Plus, you also, for everybody that you have started on your team, you're making an additional 3% on whatever they're selling per month. Okay, so we're talking about some extra money here that for doing the same thing you're doing already, that you would be getting that. The other fun thing that Pampered Chef does, because people will ask me, so you earn money off of other people. What I always say is I get paid a managing fee. That's what it is Pampered Chef pays me a managing fee so that they don't have to give extra stuff to you guys. They know that they're paying me a little bit extra and these overrides and stuff so that I can help you guys succeed and do these trainings, do the team meetings, all that fun stuff. So the other thing that Pampered Chef does that's really fun is when you become a director, every person on your team that's active for that month, so every person that at least submits $150 for that month, they're also going to give you another $10. So not only are you getting that 3%, but you're also getting $10 per person that's active on your team as well. If you have 10 people active on your team, that's just another $100 on top of all of those percentages. You also get $250 of Pampered Chef dollars when you promote. So that's a really nice thing. When you promote to director, Marcy would have, we lost Marcy. Marcy would have gotten that got an extra $250 of Pampered Chef dollars to be able to spend on, there's Marcy, on more products and more paperwork or whatever. That's a nice thing as well. And then also what we were talking about, the new products, directors have the chance to earn the free samples. Just for doing our jobs, just for doing $1,250 a month in sales, we got the directors that did that for 3 out of the 4 months before this new season started. That's what landed on our front doorsteps yesterday, was all of the new products. So that's how we get to see them. That happens twice a season, as well as we get to earn them in the free-for-all, like you guys do as well. So I don't know if, free products are a reason why anybody's doing this or that they want to grow their business. But yeah, it was quite exciting to do that too. You'll notice if you look at the trip incentive, incentive trips, that directors have to earn less points to go on any of the trips. We get more recognition. We also get different training opportunities as well. So there's some director trainings that are happening at the home office in March and April, and directors have been invited to do that at the home office. It was really fun. Those trainings happen right there in the home office, and it really is a fun way to really connect. So they do give us different, and we're going to talk a little bit more about numbers and stuff and why that's really a sweet place to be. But what I wanted to do is, Christina, are you there? Christina Searoyce?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. I asked Director Christina Searoyce if she could just sort of share, because I think it's sort of fun. I mean, Christina can sort of do a quick testimony of how long she's been a consultant and how that, but I wanted her to share with what Pampered Chef, as well as being a director with the Pampered Chef, has done for her and her family.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I started Pampered Chef about 3 years ago. My husband and I were doing okay. We weren't struggling. We were making bill payments, but I always felt like we only were giving our kids exactly what they needed and not really what they wanted. And I felt like they were missing out on camps and name-brand clothes and things that their friends had that I would like them to have too. So I thought I'd do it for the winter, save up some for camps, and I thought that it'd be great to have some extra Christmas money. And that rolled into buying a laptop with my first check and adding some people to my team. And by the 6 months of doing this, my husband said, "Oh, babe, you can never stop doing that." So I really got the bug for it pretty early. I noticed a huge change in my check after adding to my team. But more importantly, more important than even the money has been the amazing friendships that I've had with my team members. There are so many team members that I've met along the way, and many on my team that I see as sisters or family, and we really do a lot for each other, and it's great having that. I've also had a chance to earn the trips now that I'm a director. When you're adding to your team, you get 3,000 points towards your trip, and those add up really quickly once your team members qualify. So the Pampered Chef trips are amazing. You go on them and everything is covered. They're incredibly relaxing, and after going to one, I definitely wouldn't want to miss any more. Anna talked earlier about receiving the products. It is so much fun receiving almost all of them all of the time, knowing ahead of time what they are, and we get really excited. It's almost like Christmas time when you see those boxes on your step. It's an amazing experience. So I definitely encourage you all to get everything you can out of this business, because Pampered Chef has so much to offer you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Christina. You know, and that's fun. We talk about the different, when you guys are even talking about what you want to get more out of the business, and, you know, the stories within the 200 people that we've got on our organization have always been, and even the people that have been here before you are always just really fun to hear, you know, how this business has made huge differences. So good. A little bit of testimony from a director and how this business is sort of shaped with her. One of the things that's in your packet as well is we talk about the Fast Track to Director program. Is anybody here still within their first 90 days of business?
Yeah, I am.
Deanna, you are? Okay. So this is I don't know, anybody else? I don't think anybody. Ginger, I think you're past your, October, probably be this end of this month. This is
I
something
think
that
Jennifer's still in her 90 days. Are you still in 90 days, Jennifer Bolduc?
I think my 90 days is up on the 15th of February.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Here's what the Fast Track is, and this is in your thing, but I want to make sure that you guys know about this as well. When you start talking to, you do have other people that join your team and stuff. When you become a director within your first 90 days, okay, and we'll again talk about what that means and what you need to get there, that they give you, you know, not only do you get all those director perks that we were just talking about, they're also going to give you an extra $500. That's a good chunk of fun money, huh, Dina?
Indeed.
Yeah. So $500. And then what they also do is that you can actually have the chance to earn another $1,500 within the following 90 days. And so it all the way up to $2,000. So that's giving somebody that comes right in and says, I love this. I've got friends that want to jump in and do this. A really good incentive to do that. So Dina, when's your 90 days up?
I think March 2nd.
Oh yeah.
I've got another month, and I did 1,500 in sales in January.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and what happens though is it's actually what's nice. It's the recruiting. Yeah. And
Yep.
We'll talk about that. And Jennifer, even you, what's really cool is Fast Track Director. Yours is March 2nd, Dina. Yours, Jennifer, is February 15th. You actually have till the 1st of the following month to hit Fast Track. So you literally, you would have to promote to director on March 1st, Jennifer, instead of by the 15th. And Dina, you would have April 1st. So that's definitely still viable, and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that you guys know that that's available. So let's talk about the career plan. And again, it would be better if you guys had this in front of you, but I don't think if you have this, so it's on page 3 of this little workshop here, okay? This is the workbook. This is what we're going to be talking about here as well. Did everybody see on the page where I posted that you can get that? Okay, so everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody.
I saw where you posted.
Okay.
I saw where you posted the link to print that, but I wasn't home. I didn't get home until shortly before this Zoom call.
Okay.
So I just never haven't printed it.
Okay.
But I saw where you did post it.
Okay. Jennifer Boldick, do you have it in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So you were able to grab. Okay, just so I know at least somebody has it and that I'm not crazy that I posted it or thought that it was there. So here's what I'm going to do. This is a really great paper, a chart that shows you what happens is, and again, you guys are going to have to just sort of maybe make notes. But this is what happens with Pampered Chef and leadership. And this is what I love. As soon as you help one person get started, you can immediately start beginning to earn a higher percentage on everything you sell and what they sell as well. So as soon as you help get one person started, that starts happening. And that's what we call a senior consultant. And a senior consultant happens is when in 1 month, you have sales as well as that one person has sales. Ashley, have you had that yet? Did Josie have sales in December? Okay, and Ashley had to. So Ashley is a senior consultant, just FYI. Jennifer, did that happen to you? Did Missy have sales? Not yet, in a month. This month, probably.
Yeah, because she has several parties this month. But I had some sales this month, but no parties.
That's right. As long as you're active. You just have to have at least 150 this month. And then she has her sales in. You become a senior consultant. And you'll make an extra percent on your sales as well as an extra percent of hers. Elaine, a senior director already, or senior consultant because Jennifer's on your team. So that's already happened for you. Okay, so you see how that works. So that's just it. And then if next month it happens again, you get that. If the next month it doesn't, it's fine. The following month it does, you jump right back up to senior consultant. Next step is called team leader. And a team leader, no, well, let me just tell you something. If you have this chart that you'll see, because it shows you what the override is by her just having one person on the team. This example is just by doing that 6.3% increase in this girl's sales just by looking at that that chart. So this, what we're talking about, ladies, is leaving money on the table. If you're going out to do your business anyway, you might as well get, again, like Christina said, grab everything that you can that Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef has a pile of cash in the middle of a table, a lot of cash waiting for you, and you just have to. It's right there. They want you to take it. You just have to be able to grab it. The next level is a team leader. And when you add a second person to your team, now, some of you are getting longer strings, what we call the deep kind of thing. Ashley, you are, and Elaine, you have a longer one too. You've got 2 people under you, but they're in a straight line. Team leader has to be that you have two personal. You've got to have two lines, okay? So you have to have two lines, but when you add two people to your team, you're going to earn even more on everything you sell, and you'll earn more on what they're selling as well. So you will, it's 2%. That's what happens. You start earning 2% on each of their sales, as well as 2% more on your own sales, okay? There is a requirement to that as well. They will say, and I don't even know if it even says here, but to be a team leader, it's not just having those two. This is when some numbers come in line that you'll be worried that you have to at least sell 750 yourself, and between your little team of people, sell 2,500. Those are the numbers. What I'm going to tell you is that we as directors and as leaders we don't work to minimums. So that number we can sort of, be. But here's the thing that can I tell you that we have team leaders right now that are, by going out of their house, are earning about 33% of everything they sell. Is that right, Jen? I don't think 33. Maybe I'm earning 33%. Team leaders, though, what is a team leader? She just said this the other day in that call. Team leaders, there are team leaders that are probably making 25, that are making 27, 28%. That would be more in line, 27, 28%. So for doing the same amount of shows, just because they've helped other people get started, they're making that kind of money. When we get to the director level, the percentages jump again. You can look at this. You start getting that additional bonus. The bigger your team gets, the more you earn. That's really the bottom line of where you go with that and where the numbers are. So let's talk about this. We talked about why being a director. We talked about all the different reasons why you want more. We talked about all the great things that you get as a director and stuff. I want you guys to really stop and imagine what this is going to mean and what this would feel like for you to be a director and to really have this kind of success that we're talking about with Pampered Chef. So I want you to just do this. Let's just close your eyes, and I can see you, remember, except for you, those guys that darkening. I want you just to close your eyes for a minute and just imagine something, okay? So let's just imagine that it's a couple months down, okay? So we have February, March. Let's say that it's April 1st, okay? So we've had 2 months so that we're really working this program, okay? So you've been working, you've been doing shows, you've been helping people get started, you're meeting new people. Some of the people that on your team are helping others get started, which is really exciting. They're starting people on your team you don't even know. That gets really exciting. You've got these people that are starting and you're helping them get started. You've got the tools. We're the directors around and we're helping those people get started and off to a really good start. So we're coming up to the end of March, beginning of April, and you've got this team of 5 people. In March, they've all sold. They've all had some sales. I'm telling you, this is why you guys are right on. March is the new season. Everybody's going to be selling in March. Everybody's going to be selling like insane. People are going to want to just come on because it's going to be so easy to sell these products. They're going to come on in March. Everybody sells something in March. And April 1st, you wake up and your 2 months of working your business consistently, of having all these great people, having your own team, and you wake up on April 1st and your paycheck now is about double what it would have been if you weren't a director. So whatever sales you did now is probably double. On that, you're going to know that that's coming. You wake up April 1st, your team has pulled together, they've made the requirements, and you are now a director. And you have a team of people working with you. You know that extra commission's coming in. Your trip incentives now have just gone down of what you actually need. You're that much closer to earn a trip to Florida or to Puerto Rico. You can envision going to national conference and walking across stage. You're going to get some special bling, a really pretty necklace from the Pampered Chef, special just for directors. You'll probably end up getting something from me as well, and because we do virtual meetings now. Marcy can tell you get special things. Can everybody envision this? What this is going to? Who's falling asleep because it's 8:30? That's my problem for making you. Oh my gosh, it's almost 9 o'clock even. So can you? I hope that everybody can envision what that would sort of feel like and feel that, because that's what we're going to be working toward. That's what we're going to take the 2 months, because I want each of you, every one of you, to feel that and be able to wake up on April 1st and be able to feel that feeling of accomplishment and success. And it's accomplishment that you did. Nobody else, because you were consistent for the past 2 months. It's not because anybody else said that you're worthy of this. You did this. You worked your business. You got excited. You went through these trainings and did the homework and did coaching with your director, and were able to make this happen. And I'm telling you firsthand, I want you guys to feel this because I know what it feels like. And it's pretty incredible. And every one of the directors on here knows what it feels like. And it's a pinch me moment in your life. It's pretty fun. I really want to make sure that you guys feel that. So here's the thing. Here's a couple of things. To be a director, what does it take to be a director? And this is what we're going to work on in the next 2 months. You need to have at least five active consultants on your team other than yourself. In the director status, it does not mean, like we talked about team leader, they need to be 2 different lines. For director, they can be all over the place. So Ashley and I were just talking about that. You could have you here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do that. That's a horrible team to have. Has this person right here, Josie, as soon as she gets her one other, she's pulling off, and then you don't have anybody left in the first line. So you want it deep, deep, and wide, right? So that's where you want to do. So, but you could have 4 here, and somebody have 1 under, that would consider your 5. You have 5 active on your personal team plus you. So you have a total of 6. Each of them, again, they're active if they submit at least 150. So this has to happen in this 1 month. You and your team all together, all of you and your 5 are going to sell $5,000. That's the minimum for a director. That's when we talk about director teams being green, they sell $5,000. That's a green, active, qualified director. Out of that, and your requirement is you would at least sell $750. As I said, we do not work to minimums. Leaders do not work to minimums. In order to have success in this business and to be a leader that others will follow, and again, you want them to follow you so that they're successful and they have the same kind of success that you have, but you want to make sure that you're the one that's setting your pace for the team. I'm going to tell you a rule of thumb, and this is going to be something that I would say that each of you, if you want to build your business, this is what we need to work towards. This is a rule of thumb that was shared by Doris Christopher with her director team many years ago. Right from the beginning, Doris Christopher, our founder, said when she started this, that in order to be and have a successful business, 2 shows a week, no matter what. Now, that to me means 8 shows a month. So if you're doing only virtual, you should be doing at least 8 virtual shows a month. I'm going to tell you, even with cooking shows and virtuals, we know some of them flop. Some cooking shows, life happens, whatever that people don't get. So if you want to have 8 shows a month, I would say let's book 10. Because not all 10 are going to happen. Not all 10 virtual parties are going to be stellar. But for you to have those 8 shows, and here's it. This is it. It's not that we've always said, it's not magic. None of this is magic. It's all math. Okay? And I know Jen talks about this. Our math nerd will say it all the time because she loves this, Jen Gagnon. You need to have enough contacts to have enough shows to be in front of and have contact with enough people to be able to find those leads. So that's what we're talking, the 8 shows. If you're in front of enough 8 shows of people, whether it's virtually or cooking, you should have enough people and enough leads to be able to grab that and to make those happen. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, and I know I'm really trying to keep you right into an hour. we're going to be doing over the next 6 weeks what we call the Director Express formula, which really just means we're breaking out what it means to be a director, what those skills are. We're going to learn those and put those into practice, and we're going to do those over the next 6 weeks, okay? The first one is, and then we're going to do some maybe little bonus, field trip activities too. Not really field trip, but we might do something. For example, we might get into bookings. Maybe the middle of that week after bookings, we're going to do a booking blitz as a group. And we'll do more exciting. They're just fun, but we'll do some more exciting stuff about that. But again, this formula is what they call a director bound program. It's for people that are really serious about moving up. And I hope you guys sort of got this and said, yeah, I want this. I want this more. So these are the things that we're going to go over next week. We're going to talk about prospecting and booking away from parties. The next call, we're going to do booking at your parties. So once we have those booked, we're going to learn and get some good keys on how to book at the party. Then we're going to talk about host coaching. And then we're going to get into recruiting. And then we're going to talk about how to get those consultants in a strong start. One of the things I want to show you guys, this is in your little paper thing here, this is this 90 days to director formula for success. Okay, so even though we're doing this for just 6 weeks, this is we will continue to work with you guys on as well. But this paper, again, shows you when we're talking about numbers that if you have 8 parties booked, this is backwards too anyway. If you have 8 parties booked, it tells you due to a 20% cancellation, you'll have 6 hold, which I don't like. I'd rather you have 10 booked and then have 8 hold. And if you average at about 10 guests a party, and that's what we're going to really talk about host coaching, and that would mean you're in front of 60 people. And if 20 of them take some information back, a third of them take some information home, that's going to be about 7. And then a third of them will actually talk to you and be able to actually say that they're going to do something, and that's going to be about 2 consultants. So you're going to be at 8 shows a month and recruiting 2 people a month. That's the formula. Okay, Elaine? Yeah. Listen, if you consistently do 8 shows, can I have another director or anybody else on this call give me a yes that if you do 2 shows a week, that you're probably going to be recruiting 2 people a month? Does that happen, Jennifer Howe? Thank you. Jen Gagnon. Christina? She's having some trouble. But that's how it is. So that's really where it comes down to sort of do. So that's what we're going to be working on. Here's what's going to happen from here, guys. This is why I need you to print this off. Here is your tracking sheet, okay? You here, and then you're going to make a little fun picture thing. I don't care what kind of colors you use of your people on your team. So Ashley, we're going to have Josie here, and then over here it's going to be Natalie. When you're going to sort of make this kind of thing going, Elaine, you're going to have the same thing going with Jennifer and Missy, and Jennifer's going to have hers with Missy. So, and if you already have, this is going to be your little diagram of people. Okay, down here, this is the really important thing. Has anybody here ever been on Weight Watchers? For my whole life, okay? So here, Weight Watchers, even if you haven't been on it, they track everything, right? You got points for stuff. You got to do everything. Even if you do your Fitness Pal or whatever, you got to track things. Here's what I'm going to tell you, and I want you to think that winners keep score. Okay? If you're on Weight Watchers and you're on a diet and you're not tracking your stuff, you're not going to lose weight. That's just how it happens. You got to track, because what you think in your head is not what's really happening. Okay? You think in that head that cup of ice cream is really fitting in with your calorie thing. Yeah, you're right, Marcy. That it's not. So winners keep score. Here's your so you're going to do 2 shows a week, no matter what, and winners keep score. You want to track everything. So what happens up here is we've got month 1, month 2, and month 3 are on the second page. Your month 1, I'm going to say, is February. Okay? March 2 is going to be March 2. Month 2 will be March, and month 3 will be April. I'm telling you guys, with these new products you guys are starting, would you agree, Jen Gagnon, that this is the best time to start this? Yeah, this is insane. So you guys, this is your months here. Here's what's going to happen. What you have in the first thing is you're going to, right here, your party's booked. in the first thing, and that's what it tells you to do. Your parties held are in your next one. Your parties booked may not be the same as your parties held, because we know that life happens. Then at each one of those parties, we're going to talk about your attendance, because you might be going, oh yeah, I got tons of people that show up and are going to my virtual parties and or whatever. But if we really look at the numbers, it's not really where it should be. You know, we're not at that 10 people average for a cooking show, or that 15 or what 30 or whatever number we put onto the virtual. Let's talk about the recruiting, and talk about how many bookings you get from every party. Because you're going to want to be 2 bookings per every party. That's the other rule of thumb. You're not done. You're not through until you book 2. Okay, you guys are going to be superstars if we're done now. You're going to have it all down. You say this, stuff we're talking about, and like there's nothing you can't do. So what's going to be good is when you have coaching with your directors, is that they're going to say first, they're going to have a copy of this of you as for you as well. And that's the first thing I'm going to say to you, Elaine. Okay, let's update your chart. Where are we right now? Give me some numbers. Let's talk about where we are with the chart, so that we can look at it together and say, okay, maybe we need to do a little bit more with host coaching. Maybe, let's talk about the recruiting. Why is people not, asking the questions, or why, why are we not getting bookings? We'll be able to do all of this. So this is going to be sort of your little Bible for the next 3 months for your business right here, that we'll be able to track this, because we've got to track this. The other part of it, we're talking about the coaching, is that you are going to have at least once a week have a coaching call with your director. But what probably is going to happen as well is, not probably, but what will happen as well is, once we've got bookings on our calendar, is we're going to do something we call show-based coaching. Is that we're going to want to talk, your director is going to want to talk to you either on the way home from your party, as soon as that virtual party closes up, to talk about each one of your parties immediately, sort of see, and so we can, while they're still fresh, we can tweak things, find out what's going on. If we need to follow up with people, we can do that. So that's another thing that you're going to work on with your director, is those show-based. So they're probably, once you're going to be talking to your director probably twice a week. That's going to be at least, depending on how your shows are set up as well. So we're tracking, we're going to be coaching, we've got these calls coming up. What questions do you have or concerns? Are you excited? I just talked a lot, I know, about that.
Must be thirsty.
This call is like specific. You're so excited, but there's so much information. If I can give you anything again, that how excited your directors are to help you find the success that we found. That's what we want to do to help you. Yes, Dina, did you have a question?
No, I was just saying, you must be thirsty, and there you go.
Thank you. Jennifer Baldick, did you have a question?
Yes, I'm having a very hard time getting bookings.
Yes.
I've been asking people, even people who just placed orders through that outlet, they have their reasons why they can't do it right now or at all.
Okay.
It's frustrating.
Okay. This is what I would love to do with you.
Real quick too, though.
Yeah. Bree, yeah?
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of piggyback on the same thing that she was just saying, that the idea of the booking and all the different excuses that people give. And I feel like Jen had kind of talked to me about other ways to get around, like if someone says, oh, my house is too small, what you could say for a rebuttal for that. But I've done that a couple times, and I still feel like I need more rebuttals to give to people, because even though I can say, oh, well, no big deal, we can work around that, or whatever, they're still like, no. And like, how do you push past that, like, without being
pushy,
rude and pushy? Yeah.
Let me ask, because I know Jennifer, I'm going to ask you another question. Jennifer's doing just virtual. Are you doing cooking shows, Bree?
Yes, I have not done any virtuals.
Okay.
So I don't know how.
Okay. When you are asking about, when you're asking people, is it like at a checkout, like at your checkout, your full service checkout, that you're asking them? Is that what you're talking about, people coming up with the excuses?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's something, and I don't know what you're doing. This is me, and again, this would be something Jen and you would like do on coaching and stuff. Tell me, and I'm going to try to do this in a coaching way. What are you making at your parties? What's the recipe? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you.
I am making somewhere between 250 and 350.
Okay. What recipe?
I tried one that was more of a Christmassy one in December, and then I changed it to the zucchini noodles for January.
Okay, good. That's a good one. So what's your big power tool that you're using?
My rock crock.
Good.
Which I do the dessert in the rock crock.
Okay.
So I use like spiralizer for the zucchini noodles, and then I do one of the cakes in the microwave in the rock crock.
Okay. What do you say about the rock crock?
How you can use it in everything, that you can, put it everywhere for every, the stove, the microwave, the grill in the summertime, freezer, dishwasher, all that stuff.
Do you talk about, so you make a dessert in it, which is amazing, I know. Do you talk about maybe other things that you can make in the rock crock?
Yeah, and I'll ask the guests as well for suggestions on what else, because I have not come across any guests that own a rock crock yet, but I will still ask them for any of the kind of products, like what else might they use for this item, or see themselves using this more often and kind of throwing away other dishes to replace it, because this kind of replaces a lot of dishes.
Yeah, good. Let me ask you about the rock crock. Do you let them touch it?
Of course.
Okay, good.
They always know how heavy it is, so I pass it around.
Good, excellent, good. Here's what, and that's what I'm asking, and it sounds like you're doing pretty good. Have you been talking this month about that they can get it for 60% off?
Yeah. And I'll just plug out there too that my birthday's in February, so I also kind of was going to give another incentive to any hosts at celebration for my birthday.
Oh, that's fun. That's a fun idea. And these are good, and Bree, and we can talk some more about that. Those are the kind of questions that sometimes what happens is we live in an age of, Christina, did you have something to share?
I do. Sorry, Anne. I don't want to interrupt at all.
No, please.
Bree, question for you really quick. Do you believe you're going to get bookings at your show?
I do.
You do. So you go and you're going to.
I'm only a month and a half in, so I'm like, I need another booking. I'm very expectant of it at every show. Like, come on, I need just somebody. And I some of the parties that I've been doing so far are still kind of like a lot of my friends that want to help me out and stuff. So I kind of know who's going to be there, and I can also know who's going to be the guest and say, oh, I bet that person, I could probably get them to book a party and support me too. But I've kind of like I said, you get a lot of people that still say no, and I was kind of expecting them to say yes.
Okay. Something that made a big difference for me in the beginning was when I stopped asking people to have a party for me, and when I started asking people to have a party for them, and made it more about who's going to use this rock crock, how can they use it, how will it save their time. And when I made it about them, I felt less guilty about asking people to party, and I found that I got a lot more bookings.
All right, sounds good.
And I think that's a great point, Christina. And and we're going to get into that when it comes even to the recruiting and stuff too. Sometimes recruiting's a funny kind of thing, but it is about bookings and anything. We talk about that we're problem solvers. That's what we are. If we can figure out and solve some sort of problem for them, which is who wants to pay full price for rock crock? That's not and to sort of have that mindset. Let me ask you this too, when you talk about your party, how many times do you talk about booking and what a host gets for booking throughout your party?
I definitely talk about it in the beginning when I talk about what the host of that current party is going to be able to get from that party. And then again, when I'm talking about the future, like the upcoming months, host rewards, and then again at checkout.
Okay. So, and maybe that's where we'll get a little bit more about that. And the reason I'm asking all this, I've had consultants, I know we live in a world of food channel, stuff, where if you watch a Food Network, if you watch Rachel Ray or you watch any of them, it's all about food. And it's all about the recipe. And that's why I found sometimes consultants are really focused on doing what they see on TV instead of focusing on the product. Because that's why people, and again, you're in your friends. We've got to get people that want to have a party for them. They want to get the free stuff. You want to get them excited about those big things instead of having a party to help you kind of thing. But I remember my first party. I knew I needed bookings, and I probably talked about bookings 45 times at that party to make sure that I got bookings. I remember that too. So we can definitely try. And Jen, I know Jennifer do some more coaching stuff, but maybe if that just sort of, Christina and I's little bit of help might be too. And Jennifer, when it comes to the virtual, I don't want to get back away from you, Jennifer, because now, we're going to be dealing with two different things here. They're just doing virtual or they're just doing both. Jennifer Bolduc, is it mostly people that from your parties, you mean that you're not getting bookings from, or are they people that you're still reaching out to?
Both.
Okay. In the parties, it may be something that we need to talk more about, of how to get those bookings, how to talk to people, talk about red flags, different things. I know, for example, Tammy Usher, she had to get off, but she had said that what she was doing, we were talking about this at our director retreat, is if somebody even just liked a post, like let's say you had a picture of the spiralizer or something, and somebody just liked it, that she would go in and tag them and say, hey, Ashley Dorso, I saw that you liked the spiralizer. Do you have it already? And like get into sort of a conversation about the product with them on that. And it's just sort of like, again, seeing those kind of red flags and being able to look at the products. But it may be the posts that we're using too. It might be something along that line. I can give you, and you and I can do, I would like to, can we schedule a call for tomorrow?
Probably in the evening. I'm going to be alone with my son.
Okay.
And he's not very good. Actually, wait a second. He's in school from 12 to 3.
Okay.
Preschool.
Let's schedule I'll message you after this and let you and I have our coaching call tomorrow. And let's get some bookings on, because this is what your homework is, guys, okay? So you're going to print that thing out if it's not printed out already. You're going to start your tracking. You're going to schedule a coaching call with your director. And we're going to start, even without the training, you're going to do whatever you can to get some shows on your calendar. That's going to be your focus, and you're going to focus that with your talking to your director this week, is that your goal for this week is to get shows on your calendar, and let's start getting that calendar filled up. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Sounds good. Everybody excited? And if I also want to, if anybody's on this call and thinking, this is not for me, let us know too, because again, I'm recording it. I'll put some sort of expectation stuff out, but we just talked about it. Your expectation is 6 weeks, and that you'd really do everything you can to be on the call, or at least listen to the recording within the next couple days. Have a coaching call once a week with your director. And because we want you to be successful. So these are the kind of things that we just need to do to help you along. So, okay. We're going to lose that.
Thank you so much.
Who has a question? Ginger?
Well, I just wanted to mention something that might help Jennifer.
Yeah.
With the bookings off of virtual parties. What I have found that I've been able to do with mine is that if I ask on 80% of the posts that I put in my virtual parties, I ask an open-ended question that requires an answer more than just yes or no. And based on their answer, I'm able to ask another question. So you do like a question tree. So you start with this big general question, and then you kind of narrow it down. And I found by doing that if I'm not getting an actual booking, I've got 8 leads right now that are like really good. For people that may eventually sign up. So that's a positive for me. But what I'm finding is even if I don't get them to say yes to a party yet, I'm getting larger sales from them. So it's allowing my parties. I've only had 2 not qualify out of all of the virtuals I've done so far. And that ended up being an issue with Facebook. It wasn't actually because my hosts weren't doing what they needed to. But I found that I get a way more interaction by asking those open-ended questions on those posts.
Could you do me a favor, Ginger? Because I think probably everybody's have the question. We want to know what those open-ended questions are. Could you post on our Can Do Business Builders? Because there are quite a few people on this call that are doing virtual parties. Those that are not doing virtual parties because they don't know how, Bree, we will do. I really think, and I think Jen and I, you and I think we need to do an organization-wide training offer.
Yeah, because I don't know how to do virtuals either.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but Ginger, could you do me a favor, and on our business builders, let's just keep it to the business builders right now because we don't want to get anybody else. But maybe put 3 of the posts that you've done in the last, your last party or so, what the post was and what question you asked. Did that help, Jennifer?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Thank you, Ginger.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, Ginger.
Definitely.
And then we will do please know that I saw the questions of doing virtual parties, and I think we need to do a training on that. Yeah, because it's gravy right now. I won't give up my cooking shows because they are my social life, but it's nice to have, while I'm, 10 virtual parties going at the same time that I'm out working and people are just ordering. Because my 2 virtual parties I had this month, one closed at 1,500, the other one closed at 1,000.
Wow.
What is it for the virtual parties? Like, what are people finding works better, virtual parties or actual cooking shows, as far as the sales and the bookings? And I'm just curious because I've never done one, so I'm just curious to know what tends to work out better, because I feel like from other people that I know, they want to say they're just too busy, and so those virtual parties seem to be a really big thing right now, and it's kind of like this huge craze that's going on of I'd just rather sit at home in my PJs and just click order something while you're doing a Facebook Live or a virtual thing. So I'm just curious to see what people's viewpoints are on how they do virtual versus cooking shows.
Jen, I know you want to say, can Ashley say something? Because she's been really successful with them. Because I think the answer is, Bree, it depends on the consultant. It also depends on your hosts. But it definitely can. But Ashley, what were you going to say? Because you've done really well with them.
I've only done virtual parties. I'm doing my first in-house party this February. So, and I've been extremely successful with it. What I've found that I focus on is I need to hit different social groups. So I don't want to overlap the same group of people within the same month or even 2 months. So I'll work at, oh my gosh, there's Sarah out in Hawaii. I'm going to hit her up. I'll work at her, and then I'll get someone from her group, and then I'll get, see an order come in from New Hampshire. And that's how I do it. And I spread it out, and then I'm not hitting everyone in Maine at the same time. And that's how I've been super successful at it.
Yeah. And that's the benefit of virtual parties, is you get way out of your geographical thing. Now, I know, Jen, you have not had as much success with them.
No, I was just going to say it totally depends on who you ask, because there are some very successful virtual consultants, and I really would like to be one of them. I have terrible luck with them. Most of them do not close for me. I hate them. I want them to work so bad, but my bread and butter is the cooking show, and I'd like to get better at virtual shows, but for me, cooking shows work better. So it totally depends on who you ask and what works for you.
And some people we've had that before, that we've had consultants that I know have been really uneasy, like they don't do a good cooking show, and I'm not saying that anybody, but it's just that's not their comfort place, but they shine online. It's totally a different kind of thing. But I love that we have that opportunity, because someone like Ginger, that going out every time because of her what she's got going on with her health and her family, that was, she just did a cooking show, but that's all she ever has done, is just is just cooking show, or just virtual parties. And she could do it because she could stay home. I have been really successful with doing both. My cooking shows have always been great, and my virtual parties. Now, I had those two over 1,000. I had 3 running, 1 did nothing. So that's when we talk about, if you want 8 going, to have 10, because a couple of them are going to piss around. Sarah just put that she had a really good one how much is it, Sarah, that you're closing tomorrow? You're on mute. Here, maybe I think I can unmute. I'm going to unmute you. There, you're unmuted.
670.
Good job. 670. So that's over the 650. That's over the national average. So that's awesome. I mean, because it's really neat, and it's something that I think that you can really get in and master. You can believe that people that want them. I will offer both at my parties, at my cooking shows even. So that's really fun. But I've gotten cooking shows off of my virtual parties as well. So, it sort of goes both ways. And I might then have a cooking show that I'll get another cooking show booked and then 2 more virtual parties because they're busy or they're from out of state. I just booked one of those too. They're from out of state, they don't know anybody. Well, let's do a virtual party then, because then you can grab in there. So we'll do some more training on that, Jennifer, because you will rock these. There's so much information out there to really make these great. And we'll talk about information stuff and how to ask them. So, and Elaine does a great job with hers as well. So, okay. So, yes, Jennifer Bolduc, do you want something or no? You raising your hand?
No, I'm scratching my head.
Oh, okay, good.
But I was agreeing with you about Elaine doing a great job, because that's how
That's right.
Yeah, I loved her online show that she did, and I was like, I can do this.
Yeah. Absolutely. And it is something good to get into, because you do get a different kind of consultant as well. So,
yep.
All right. Great job, ladies. So we've got a lot. I'm sorry we went a little bit over, but I just want to make sure we get everything covered. So we will, the schedule for, again, we're going to do it a little bit earlier in the afternoon next Sunday. That's what we're going to do. So it might be like sort of early afternoon, which is, I know it's a little sucky because it's in the middle of the day, but at least we get it out of the way because it's before all of the,
before the Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Paraphernalia.
My husband's booing.
Yeah. Well, my husband's from Dallas, so anything.
My husband likes Packers. So.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I love this group. I'm really excited about this. So any questions, let your director know. Directors, thank you for being on here and supporting, and then we'll make some schedules. And Victoria, we hope you're not puking anymore. And everybody have a great week, okay? And let's book calendars. That's what
Thank
we're
you.
doing this week.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.